Kako no Nazuke, or A Couple of Cuckoos as it's called in English, which I don't believe is actually a completely correct translation, but hey, whatever, is an anime that's airing right now. And as someone that has read the manga, at least 5 of the currently available 6 volumes that are in English, at least on Bookwalker, and I believe that when you're watching this video, the 7th volume will have just come out. I'm going to tell you whether or not the series will actually be worth watching. You know, is it going to be a good watch? Is it an enjoyable story? Well, the quickest thing to say would be, you know, if you just want the short answer, given that I've read 5 volumes of it, and I'm planning to read the 6th, and will probably read the 7th, you can probably take away from it that, yeah, it's a decent watch, or a decent read, if you're more of a, you know, you're more on the manga side. And if you want the long answer, well, stick around the rest of the video, and if you're still here, and are going to stick around, why not leave a like, comment, sub, hit the notification bell. You can always change your mind later. But anyway, let's talk about it. So, Kako no Nazuke is a manga by Miki Yoshikawa, who you may or may not know is also the author of Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, which has a very good anime that I very much like, and I'm sure plenty of you also like if you've seen it at least. It's very cute, very wholesome, and that is very much the same with A Couple of Cuckoos. It is a really enjoyable, like, just kind of sweet, fun read. So far, there hasn't been as much of the, like, you know, those wholesome moments that I'd say you get in Yamada-kun, mainly because the series isn't as long as Yamada-kun was at the time that its anime came out, because the anime covers pretty much the whole first, you know, well, half of the story, because there is a continuation after where the anime ends, but it is in fact after a time skip. Kako no Nazuke has only got 7 English volumes. Obviously, I don't know how many there are. I don't know how many there are in Japanese. There's probably a handful more. Odds are, I don't know if it's finished yet or not. I probably should have checked that before recording this, but hey, whatever. But anyway, so odds are it won't get to the end of the manga, and just judging from the first 2 episodes that are out as of me recording this, it definitely won't, because of the pacing it's taking. The first episode is just the first chapter, and the second episode was, I believe, about chapters 2 and 3, if I remember correctly. But, so odds are it's gonna get to around chapter probably 30-ish by, maybe that might be pushing it, but around, you know, that mark by the end of the anime series, if it's 12 episodes. Again, I should have double checked, but yeah, if it's by the 12 episodes, it will be around chapter 30-ish, taking a rough ballpark from the current pacing. Obviously that could change, but all in all, it will be a good read. But why is that? Well, first of all, much like Yamada-kun, it is very wholesome, very sweet, and on top of that, the characters are all cute. They've all got really good designs. The 3 main girls that we have, Hiro, Sachi, and Erika, all have really nice designs. They're appealing. It's understandable why you'd like them. They're also good characters. They've all got their little quirks, downsides. Jesus, why am I stumbling so much talking about this? Downsides, as well as also plenty of positives, and they all help our main character, Nagi, in little bits and pieces here and there as the story goes on. Well, so far they have. And as of recently, there has been some, I guess you could call it, you know, drama stirring, which will be the interesting thing to see where this goes, as their relationships obviously turn from they're just friends who are living together. Well, I say just friends. 2 of them are engaged to each other. One of them is also engaged, but not to the other. Nagi potentially likes all 3 of them. Bit of a manga spoiler. So it's already a bit of a mess. And then obviously Sachi is his adoptive, technically his sister, but isn't really his sister, but is the sister of the girl he's engaged to. So, you know, I was going to say, you know, it's not complicated yet, at least in terms of the relationships between the characters, but to be honest, it was from the very get-go. That's basically the entire premise. And real quick, I'm going to touch on the English title. Couple of Cuckoos, while I don't believe it is a very accurate translation of the Japanese title, at least from having watched the dub, I believe Nazuke is like fiance or something. I might be wrong, because obviously I don't speak Japanese, but yeah. But in the manga there have been direct allusions to cuckoos as in the bird, and also with the whole, if you know about what the bird does, how it lays its eggs in another bird's nest, so it is raised by a different parent, then you can see the allusions to the plot. Yeah. Outside of that, the story is really good. I found myself just kind of smiling while reading it. It's not been like a, wow, this is like really, really good. Like, this is one of the best manga I've ever read. But it's definitely, enjoyable. I've not, disliked anything I've read so far, and I've enjoyed reading it. And so, yeah, I think it will probably be a decent watch. The anime has made some changes here and there. For example, there's a scene at the end of the second episode where they're talking in the restaurant. All of the dialogue for that scene is basically completely cut. Instead, music plays over it. While none of that dialogue really adds to anything, it is nice to have, and it does take away a little bit from that scene. But maybe that's just me. Maybe you prefer it that way. It's up to you. But yeah, I definitely think if you like your romance and your harem shows, you will really enjoy this show and the manga if you decide to pick it up after watching it, or decide to pick it up while watching it, like I did, because I decided to pick it up after watching the first episode. So yeah, if you like, go ahead and watch it or something. I don't really have a good transition to end this off on, so I'm just gonna leave it to it. So yeah, up and I'll see. You've been you. Hope to catch you all next time for another video. Ta-ta for now.